I'm Amanda Shekarchi, and I am joined by T and Simon Walls. T is the lead of a band called the Sacred Wolf Singers, and Simon Walls is the producer. Their album, El Nook Mawiejik, is out now, and this album is a cross genre record blending traditional Micmac powwow music with roots folk. The album is a representation of decolonization, reimagining of how powwow music is used in contemporary sounds while staying true to the traditional aspects. Thank you so much, Team Simon, for being here.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the album. How did this project come about?
This was back about 3 years ago, I would say. Um, we were talking about collaborating, Moroccan music, Ecuadorian music, and indigenous Canadian and folk music to have a diverse of music together and to kind of highlight the powwow music, with folk. And when me and Simon got together, that was back in 2017, and that's how we kind of, blended the music together in that way. So we thought we'd take it a little bit farther on powwow, as a drum group. Because when we did it was just me and him. So we decided to try it with powwow and try to highlight it more, in a balanced way, you know.
We did also like some collaboration but it was more like around like round dances, songs, and stuff like that on the hand drum. But like incorporating the whole powwow group with everybody around the drum with like all the musicians was a next step, next level kind of thing.
Yes, I can dive into that more. But before we get there, what is the theme behind the album?
The title itself, Ilnuk Mawijik, it means kind of like everybody getting together. As that's what the drum represents, the heartbeat of Mother Earth. The drum represents the circle of life, of bringing people together. So this is what the title and the concept is all about: is bringing everybody together in a traditional way, and that's what the drum does in the powwow world, and that's why we bring everybody together to sing, dance. So we want to invite other indigenous cultures to come and join on the songs, right? Like the Moroccans and the Ecuador and Laura McQuay.
Yeah, Lauren Ikwe was part of it. She's a Tikamek, and Yorini is the Inuk from Kuujjuaq.
That's really cool. Yeah, definitely the album feels very cohesive as a whole, but each song is very unique on its own. So I thought that was very like just such a unique sound for this record.
Also kind of like the challenge as in because like all the songs on the powwow it's always like the drum and the voices together, and there's no like harmonic there's no guitar or bass or synthesizers, and the whole concept was trying to find the environment where each song is supposed to not supposed to be, but more like where each song could live also, in different kind of folk or rock or different kind of genre.
Yeah. So Simon, I read you had spent some time in West Africa. How did that time there, influence or help you get inspiration going into working on this project?
I went to Senegal for almost a year to record, a couple bands there and couple artists, just traveling around, and it's just like that connection to, they do a lot of traditional music and they do a lot of uh, not mainly collaboration, but they do a lot of cross genre between traditional and modern type of music. And for me to be in that environment to see like all the, percussionists and drummers and singers doing their own very traditional, unique thing, and to incorporate it into more modern styles was like a huge influence on what I was doing after.
Let's talk about the studio. What was it like working on this album in the production process?
Before anything, we spent some time in a room all together as me with the powwow group with T and all the other singers, and we went through all the songs that we wanted to record and to get an idea of where the songs could go, kind of like a pre-production kind of thing. And then we went into the studio to record pretty much everything live together. Um, because the whole concept also behind this whole thing, and this is more like a producer point of view, but I always found that powwow music, when is it's incorporated into other genre of music, I find it very um kind of very square. As in, usually you ask a powwow group to do like, like do the bridge or do like a small part of the song. It's always in a way that the song is already structured and the powwow group has to, you know, force themselves to be into that form. But as uh, a producer, what I wanted to do is do it the completely opposite, as in I wanted to record the powwow group first, so T with all the singers, with me on the guitar, and follow what the powwow structure is. So um following like the rhythm, the change of tempo, the change of scales, the change, and really like keeping the tradition behind how the songs were made. And all the other players have to evolve around them. It's not the powwow group that have to, adapt. I wanted all the musicians to adapt to the group. Um, so we did kind of everything live all together until we had pretty much everything right, and then we did some production after that to add, like drums and bass and all the other stuff. But like the main core of the whole album is being the powwow group singing their hearts out, pretty much.
Yes, that is incredible.
Yeah, it was fun to do. It was quite of a challenge.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
It was a challenge.
Yeah, yeah. The other musicians were really, really good because like the powwow music is not made into uh like a conventional structure. So they had to adapt the whole time for each song. So it was fun.
If you notice the tracks, they're titled. Most of them are titled as in like the powwow dances. So we wanna honor the dances mostly, right? So that's why we have those certain titles for, like a sidestep, double beat sidestep, woman's traditional. All those tracks are still titled as powwow, styles, right?
You released the music video for the track Powwow Crow Hopper. What was the inspiration behind the video?
We asked Kelly Fontaine, who's a traditional dancer, and like I didn't want the band to be part of the video, but like really focus on what the music is and what the music was based for, as in it's made for dancers, Um, so we asked Kelly to do a dance uh like in different parts of Montreal, kind of like to bring the traditional into the big city and have that clash behind it, and maybe you can tell me, but does she dances a crow hop or
Yes, well, she's a jingle dress dancer. Usually, jingle dress dancers dance straight. They call them straight songs, just straight up jingle dress or fancy shawl. But with her, she is dancing to a crow hop. There is like modern days now today. There's a lot of that now. There's a lot of jingle dress dancers, fancy shawl dancers that actually dance to crow hop. You know, but it's usually a grass dancer, is a male grass dancer that is from that song, from that style of that from that beat, crow hop. Now, crow hop represents the crow. That if you see a crow on the side of the road hopping, that's what they're doing, and that's what a crow hop dance does. So if you see a crow hop male dancer doing that mimic of a crow, that's how the crow dance comes, right?
Oh, that's so fascinating. So, how long did it take to produce this album from start to finish?
Oof, a long time, eh? Well, we calculated that from the first time that we did the first demo, it took about 7 years to do the whole thing. Because, well, it started when T came to Montreal like couple many moons ago, and we he recorded a bunch of like a couple tracks for him and his band, and then we tried to mess around a bit with like instruments and stuff like that, and then I started to compose music around it a bit, and then we got into just to get like some demos going to see where it could lead, more like in a research kind of way, without knowing that there was an album coming. It was just for fun.
That's so cool. So, what is next for both of you? What projects do you have on the go?
Right now, we're applying for to do some residency and build the whole album as a live show, which would be like pretty amazing and pretty awesome. It's mainly because also like there's not a lot of those format as a group as having the whole powwow group right in the middle and having musicians all around them and and having a whole band playing all this kind of music, you don't see that really often.
Just like the crow, like the song, the crow hopper song, like to create all that and get all the instrumental and getting the Moroccan band and getting the Ecuadorian band to come in and Simon's band and all this to create the whole thing. There's a saying for that. It took three years to create, but 3 minutes to sing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like making food. Yeah, so we're pretty much building the whole thing to do live shows right now, and then see where the albums is gonna lead us really. So
That's amazing. So, where can people find you?
You can follow on Facebook is Sacred Wolf Singers, or you can find like the song was on Spotify, Sacred Wolf Singers, YouTube, Deezer, Spot, Apple Music. Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok. T's on TikTok. He's pretty big on TikTok. Uh, uh, I'm not. I got two followers. Yeah, everything is available pretty much anywhere on all platforms. There's no physical copies or anything, but everything is digital online.
And just one thing is, again, the title, Ilnuk Mawiejik, it's indigenous people and other people, everybody coming together as one. That's the concept and the meaning. Yeah.
Thank you both for your time. The album El Nok Mawijik is out now. It's such a unique piece of work, and this was such a fun conversation, super informative, and I learned so much.